Fueron neutralizados 14 personas, es la información.
Colombia's government announced some 14 rebels and 1 soldier were killed in combat over the weekend. The Colombian army says those killed were members of the FARC dissident group, rebels who rejected a 2016 peace deal between the Colombian government and the leftist rebel group. A report by International Red Cross of Colombia says up to 5 ongoing domestic armed conflicts are disrupting the lives of thousands of the country's citizens.
This is a resurgence of violence generated basically by the fight for control by different armed groups. Each region has its own problems. Some regions are the ELN guerrillas, others are narco-trafficking routes, and others are illegal mining routes.
In March, the United Nations Office for Human Rights reported 41 people killed and over 8,000 people displaced so far this year in the port city of Buenaventura. Illegal groups trying to control drug trafficking routes are to blame. From January 1st through April 8th, fighting in the Venezuela and Colombia border left more than 5,800 displaced and living in shelters. The Venezuelan government blames Colombian guerrillas. One expert says Colombia should work towards building cooperation with other Latin American countries. Colombia borders Peru, Brazil, Ecuador, and Venezuela, all of which have histories of criminal activities at their borders.
Criminal groups that have a sort of oasis in the border with Venezuela, as well as the ELN guerrilla and narco-trafficking groups, have all been strengthened because of the lack of coordination between the two governments.
Another drug expert insists that the problem is a failed drug policy centered on forced coca crop eradication and aerial fumigation.
When we center our policies only on repression, which is also aimed at the most vulnerable people and the first tier of the drug pyramid, all you generate is more violence. And in a violent scenario, you also have more corruption.
This year, Colombia's government announced a new military unit to target all illicit activities, including drug production and trafficking and illegal mining. And while there are moments, such as this weekend, where the military declares victory, there seems to be a long road ahead. Begue, CGTN, Bogotá, Colombia.